Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me for this prayerful pause with the pastor. I had a wonderful opportunity yesterday to meet with one of our acts of faith that has been online for the last 17 months, I think. It's one of our oldest acts of faith, Food for Thought. It usually meets at Mount Hope Diner on Friday afternoons, and it's been meeting for 11 or 12 years now. It started well before we sold the building. Anyway, one of our former members of that group was visiting from North Carolina. And so it was wonderful because I not only got hugs with everybody I haven't been able to hug for over a year, but especially with her. And she said, "Oh, I feel like I see you all the time because I'm watching, Prayerful Pause or worship services." And that's the second or third time I've had that happen in the last couple of weeks, where people feel as if they know me because of the broadcasts. I feel a little like a television celebrity or something. I'm honored. Please know I don't take that lightly. And while this happened to be someone I know that there are people out there who are watching who I don't know in real life, but we know each other. We know each other through the Spirit. I don't often read to you things from the denomination, but this that I'm going to read today is from a friend of this congregation's, a friend of many of ours, Ray Jones. Ray works for our denominational headquarters. He is Director of Theology, Formation, and Evangelism for the PCUSA. And he posted this, and I just think that it's a great jumping off point for us. He says, I had the privilege of being the officiant at a wedding last month. It was not just any wedding, but a wedding that included a young man I have known since he was a baby. He was the first baby I baptized in the new church I was fortunate to lead for many years. The wedding that weekend included family and friends of the bride and groom. I experienced the joy of connecting with people I have known for a long time and love deeply. But I also had the opportunity to meet and share my life with people I was meeting for the first time. Kind of reminds me of most of us. The wedding was attended by a wide variety of people. They were from different backgrounds and age groups. There were people who identified with the Christian faith, along with people who identified with other faith traditions or no particular religious experience. After many conversations during the rehearsal dinner, I realized very quickly that the wedding homily I prepared did not fit the context and was not going to work. I basically worked on a homily like other wedding homilies, but with specific stories related to the groom and bride. I spent most of the morning of the wedding day working on a new homily. What I discovered after the ceremony was that the words of the fresh, contextual homily touched a wide variety of people that late afternoon. So I asked myself two questions. What was so special? What was the connection? I shared words about the mystery of love and the ways in which our lives are connected to the people and creation around us. I went on to share my belief that there is a force amid the mystery of love and within the connections that bring life and goodness to our lives. I shared that this force is God. I also shared that I have not always had the best relationship with God. There have been times in which I have cried out to God, "How long?" And there have been times when God's presence seemed faint and aloof. I shared from my own experience about how Jesus helps me understand and experience God's love. Even though the church has done a lot to damage this image of God, Jesus is the one who leads us all along the paths of healing, continually leading us to the basic needs of life. These human needs include the following: knowing that we are loved, experiencing that our lives matter, and understanding deeply that we belong. It is that simple. We are loved, we matter, and we belong. As I shared with the couple that afternoon that their life together would engage paths of healing that will enable the people they encounter to know that they are loved, that their lives matter, and that they belong, I reminded those gathered that this is the call of the church. We bear witness, and we live and serve in ways that open people to the love of God for them, that they do matter, and that they belong. I believe that as we are on this path, God will continue to add to our number daily those who are being saved, quoting Acts 2:47. Later that night, I had a young man text me these words: "Where can I find a church like that?" Where would you send him, and why? Needless to say, I hope people would send him to South Presbyterian Church in Rochester, New York, or to any of our online services. I hope that we convey that. But even more than that, I hope that each one of us considers how we convey that with our own lives. How do we transmit that message? How do we let people know that they're loved, that they matter, and that they belong? Certainly with words, hopefully with deeds, and with thoughts and with prayers, and by standing alongside them and not just making it a head game, but making it an embodied faith. I offer that up to you today. How are you going to do it? How are you going to convey to someone or someones that they are loved, that they matter, and that they belong? Let me know. Thanks for joining me for this prayerful pause with the pastor, and I am Pastor Deb Swift of South Presbyterian Church in Rochester, New York. My thanks to my brother, Ray Jones, for that thought-provoking piece. Until next time, God bless, take care, and bye for now.